that day.
Got it. Okay. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. I don't have a lot to say today. I mean, just I'm a little frustrated, a little disappointed, a little pissed, to be totally honest with you. Just been lackluster the past couple of days. I visited with you yesterday. Yes, it was a great day for Kentucky football. I love the pro day. Proud of those guys and love each and every one of them that trained yesterday and given a shot in the NFL, and that was fantastic. And guys we got right now, I don't know if they just think they're going to roll out of bed and be good or whatever, but it's not the same. We need to get back and play the way our brand was made, and that was by being tough and being physical and playing physical on both sides of the line of scrimmage, being able to run the ball. Just grateful for what we have. I just feel like we've got a bunch of guys that are entitled and don't work extremely hard and think it's going to happen and are waiting for the next guy to make it happen. And I'm not real pleased. So
Who do you look to in moments like this?
I don't know. We got no leaders right now.
Mark, were you seeing this before the spring break, or did this kind of start coming back after?
I don't know.
Okay.
No excuse. Bullshit. Whatever it is.
Mark, did you all actually scrimmage today, or was it just a normal?
No, it was a normal practice. We just moved the ball at the end, but not to the ground. Just thudded it and moved it.
I don't know if you're having those guys in particular. Those freshmen who were so good last year, what's the step to getting them to take the next step or whatever?
I'm not going to single out anybody right now while I'm pissed.
Okay.
Because I don't want everybody to read between the lines like it's just them or just anybody. You know what I mean? It's the whole group. So I really prefer to answer that another time.
Who on offense, I guess, you want to see a leader? Who are the guys that you're expecting to become?
I don't see any right now.
Mark, how's Jordan Anthony balancing the track? Is he with you guys yet?
No, not yet. No. He's running. He's gifted and talented, and doing what he can and lifting and running. But he's doing that.
Mark, is this one of those deals where the players have to take command of it, and they could tell you being angry? They have to.
I don't know. Obviously not. I mean, I like to be a player-led team, but we're not. So we got to step in, and we as a coaching staff better lead because this group can't.
Was this something that you'd all maybe anticipated would be a problem, or was this shocking?
No, I don't. It's day by day, man. We're right in it. We're in the thick of it. It's a new team. We're cultivating our team right now and learning, and spring ball is about fundamentals and discipline and toughness and the basics, and we can't do that.
Is there an urgency with the spring schedule not being super long? You don't have a ton left, so what's that urgency of getting that figured out?
Well, it's long for us. We're here pretty long days every day. You know what I mean? These guys are here. You know what I mean? And I understand the monotony of it. They're here. At 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and we have meetings and walkthrough in the off days and practice. So it's long for them. 5 weeks of the grind isn't exactly easy.
You mentioned that
but
yesterday.
But it's still no damn excuse. That's where we got to get better, and they got to enjoy that part of it.
You mentioned it yesterday, the chip on your shoulder, getting back to that. What does that look like from the guys getting back to that chip on your shoulder?
Whatever. Whatever. I mean to be short today, but I'm not going to elaborate. You know what it is. I don't know, just a toughness and an attitude.
Everybody good?
Thank you all.
Just put this down here. Obviously we got to get better. We got to take it off of film, and we just got to get back to the hard-nosed Kentucky football that this program was built on. That's kind of what Coach Stoops was talking about after practice, and me coming in as a new guy, I got to do a better job of stepping up as well and, upholding that standard. I remember watching Kentucky before I even came here, and that's what they were all about, was just hard-nosed, tough football. And, we just got to get back to that brand.
How do you balance that as a new guy? Your quarterback needs to be a leader, but I'm sure also you want to earn your spot. You don't want to just walk in and assume you're in that spot. How do you do something when we're looking for leaders right now?
Yeah, I think it's day by day, being the same person every single day, not getting too high, not getting too low. And showing my teammates that I'm here for them. That every single day I'm going to lay it on the line for them. And at times when a voice needs to be heard, if I need to step up in that role, that's a step I need to take. I need to be better. I need to continue to work on my craft every day and earn those guys' respect. But at the same time, emerge into the role that they expect me to be.
Is it also natural, just, the position that you're in, and, you've done it before at your last school, so you being the quarterback, is that something you got to take on too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're, besides after the center, we're the next person that gets the ball every single play, and, all eyes are on you, so you got to carry yourself in the right manner, and, it reflects your team. You got to do a good job of every single day, regardless of what you have going on. As soon as you step on those lines, nothing else matters besides your team. And, we have to do a better job of taking that approach every single day, and it starts with me.
Devin, following on that, when Coach Stoops says there's not a single leader on this team right now, and you just kind of touched on being a quarterback, does that feel like almost more like a personal thing that you're like, man, I'm lacking right there right now?
I think it's personal to the whole team.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Stoops is challenging us that, we need to step it up. What he's seeing out there is not good enough. And like I said, I'm a new guy, but at the same time, I still need to emerge and I still need to step it up for everyone. And, guys walk away after a practice like that and after the way Coach Stoops dismissed us, kind of pissed off in a way. We got to be better, and the older guys are, telling the younger guys, hey, we got to step it up. And the younger guys that are playing are saying the same thing. Hey, we all need to get on the same page. So, I think in a way, everyone took it personal.
I was going to say along that line too, do you prefer something like that if you notice something feels a little off during practice, to have coaches who are going to step up and tell you to your face that, like, hey, we got to get better?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think, anytime, every single day the coach is going to hold us to a high standard. They're going to want us to perform at, championship level every single day. But, I truly think the great teams are player-led, not coach-led. And, that's what Coach Stoops is basically telling us, is that every single day it can't be the coaches that want it more than the players. It's got to be players that got to step it up and rally everyone else together. And, it's a challenge that you got to take on. But, if we want to get to that next step, it's got to be a challenge that, we overcome.
How do you guys come into Monday, I guess, then, amped up, ready to, prove them wrong and take that step forward?
Yeah, I think it starts today. I mean, we got to take the film off of today. Guys got to come back, watch the film, get with their coaches, learn from their mistakes, and, bounce back tomorrow. Every single day, I mean, you can't take any days off. So after having a practice like that, you got to make sure that you're correcting all your mistakes and, kind of watch the film, but at the same time, just flush it and, get on to the next day and come out with more energy.
Everybody good?
Alrighty. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions for Eli?
Eli, you've been obviously part of this program for a while now. What have you noticed that's just a little bit different, with how you guys are approaching everything?
I think college football's changed a little bit in the aspect of the way the rules are, the things you're allowed to do. I think it's harder to build a team these days than it ever is. And Stoops is doing his best job. All our coaches are doing their best job to bring in quality guys, but there's just a lot of turnover. So there's going to be some disconnect at the beginning. We've got a lot of guys that haven't been a part of this program, but for 2 months. I mean, that's the majority of our roster. Devin, the guy you just talked to, he's only been here a couple months. He's still trying to figure out what Kentucky's all about. He's done a great job. But, there's a lot of guys in that position. So I think we just really need to focus on driving home the rest of spring, all through summer, all through fall camp, what this program is built on, because there's a lot of guys that haven't been here very long. They're being asked and tasked with being big parts of this team.
Is there almost a sense of urgency knowing that this spring schedule, it doesn't last forever? You guys want to get these corrected, obviously, before then. So what's kind of the urgency like to have those leaders step up?
Yeah, there's always an urgency, because there's always a finite number of practices. You can always get up here and say, well, tomorrow we're going to flush today and get after it tomorrow. At some point, the buck has to stop somewhere. So I think our leaders are going to do a great job of stepping up over the weekend, just getting with our guys, building those relationships I was talking about, and just getting in the film. And you have to be very critical. I mean, if anyone thinks they've made it because of the season they had last year, the practice they had Monday, it's just not how it goes. It starts over every single day. You had a good practice Tuesday, okay, flush it. You got to do it again Thursday. And the same goes for anyone who played last. You were All-American last year, that's gone. It's flushed. They're not going to just hand it to you again this year. So it's just building and building and building.
Mark's used the term brand and also identity this spring. Your guy's been around that, been in part of the brand. What does it mean to you when he comes out and kind of challenges you with that?
Yeah, it's tough to hear that, because it's something, being from Kentucky and having been here going into my 5th year, it means a lot to me. And that's something I've taken a lot of pride in. And I think it's something that it just goes back to, we have a lot of new faces. A lot of people come and go with the way the transfer portal is these days. And we always welcome those guys in and wish the best to everyone departing. But at some point we have to be able to bring those in and show those people hey, this isn't how it was wherever you were. how good of a school that might have been, where you're coming from. This is Kentucky, and this is how we're going to play football. And we have to get back to instilling those roots into our players from day one and on.
Eli, you individually playing center versus guard, where do you fall in that decision? What do you have a position you prefer? Just what's it kind of been like moving again?
That's up to Coach Cohen. It's something that he's been looking at playing. I know you guys seen Jagger playing a little center, and I played right guard in 21 when Coach Cohen was here, so I think there's a little familiarity with him and me playing right guard in his offense, and I think he gives something that's going to be beneficial for Jagger. You know, we need to build depth across the offensive line. We struggled last year. That's no surprise to anybody. So if the formula we had last year wasn't working, well, what can we do to tweak it? Is it better for me to play guard and Jagger play center? That's what spring ball is about. If it's not, then we'll switch back. If it is, then we'll keep it, and whatever gets the best 5 guys out there is what we'll end up doing.
Devin mentioned earlier this week when he got here, he had a meeting with you and the rest of the offensive line just to talk about, you know, what went wrong last year, how that unit's going to be better. Just what was that meeting like? How did that kind of build chemistry with all you guys?
Yeah, it's that was pretty impactful, I think, because like I said, we have a lot of new faces, a lot of people coming and going, and as sad as it is for me to say, like the guy whose face is out there for a reason, there's only like 4 or 5 guys that were here when Coach Schlarman was in that O-line room that remember the culture he built, the roots he planted, and the way we develop people. And it's not a knock on any coach that's here. Obviously, everyone loves Coach Andrews, he's a great coach, but like a lot of people forget how that room was started and what brought that room success in the beginning. And it was just reminding those guys what this room was about, how the room was built, and what we can do to rebuild the Big Blue Wall. Because last year was not, no one was happy with that. It's not how we play. That's not the standard that's been set forth for this program, like the guys like Drake, who's in our room now. And it's just something we got to get back to. That goes back to playing our brand of football. Like we're known for running the football. We're known for the Big Blue Wall, protecting the quarterback, moving people off the line of scrimmage. That's what we're going to get back to.
Everybody good? Thank you, Eli.
Very happy with the leadership, the energy. How do you guys fix that as players right now?
Man, with me, you know, I've been here for like 4 years, so I'm trying to break my shell because we had DeAndre Shred on defense. We had Job. So I've been here, so I know the leadership that need to be done. I'm working on it every day. It just that we just young, you know. People pout, people do everything. We just gotta accept the manhood and grow up. That's it for real.
What's that adjustment like, not having DeAndre and Jock and Jordan here anymore for you?
Me, ain't gonna lie, it's been a big role for me, but I've been stepping up to it, you know, breaking us down, talking to the guys after every practice, after every play. I bring the defense together, trying to talk to them, tell them what we need to do, what we need not to do. So yeah, it's been helping me a lot.
When you decided to come back for this year, what exactly did you want to get? What are the things you're trying to check off to get that draft spot?
With me, like my leadership is being more consistent with my pass rushes, with gaining weight. I'm where I'm at right now. I'm good with my weight size. Just more eating, more fast. Just being a leader, just helping my guys be better than me.
What's the sense of urgency like to fix those problems, fix the leadership stuff, knowing that, you know, this spring practice only goes so long, you got to fix it kind of before an injury?
Shoot, to start off like today, you know, you got to take it day by day, you know. After practice, we got to go watch film together as a D unit group. Just call people out in meetings, you know, start calling people out. That's how we going to get better. If you start being a leader, start calling people out on their mistakes and see what they did wrong. So that's what I'm doing now.
Kind of find a balance of, you know, some people can probably take that as personal type thing and let it get in the way. How do you sort of keep it just professional more than personal?
Man. So I've been here for a long time, so I know people. I know, you know, I have conversation with every guy on the defense, so I know how they react. So I can't call certain people's out. I gotta put one side to the side, like, hey, look, come on now, like, listen to me, like I'm one of your leaders. You gotta listen, like I'm telling you what to do, what not to do. So they accepting it, they listening to me like that. So
JJ, Mark has mentioned several times this spring about getting back to brand and identity, and today he sounded particularly upset about that path. When he says that, what does that say to you?
With me, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like we just gotta be more consistent. That's even with me. I gotta be more consistent. I can't have a pouty day because they're gonna see me pout. Because I'm one of the big time leaders on the team. So if I pout, they gonna pout. So with me, I just gotta be consistent. Just be on them every day. Have the energy. Me, I gotta talk more. So just be more open. even on the offensive side. I know I'm a defensive player, but I gotta be more on the offensive side too. Like defense, we gonna help the offense be better. So that's what we too.
Anybody else?